Morning. I am sure you've enjoyed the very first part of this conversations. That is kwenye tulianzia stories of children, me and Val singing, tukacheza hivi games kidogo kidogo, tukaimba Father Abraham, and then Val went up with that conversation with Shanice and Dahlia and Dasha. Oh my God, nini hizi majina tunatoa wapi anyway? Yeah, sometimes these things happen. But yeah, you had that conversation, and then sasa msikuwe mnazoeanga kila siku kitu ni moja. Niliwaambia siku moja utapata tumemaliza hii show saa 3, ushangae kwa nini tumemaliza saa 3 si saa 4. So you better get used to new things. You know, tunaambiangwa if you keep eating your mother's food and you don't get out there, you will always think that your mother is the best chef. But then again, we are here to do WCW. Mona the version ya watoto. Sasa tunaenda the version ya wazazi. Mimi sijui kama tusongeshe hii meza hapa alafu tuanze version ya wazazi ya kukatwalk or ya kumodel. I was making a joke just before we started, and I was saying sisi tukipewa opportunity ya kudance tutamove na mwili yote. But then that was a good conversation. Anyway, this segment I am joined by their parents who are going to be telling us their names, more about them and their parenting styles. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing right now. Karibuni.
Asante.
Okay. Thank you. So I want you to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what you do. That's it.
My name is Nduta Washeke. I am a talent coach, a pageant coach, and also a talent manager. I am Dasha's talent manager.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Linda Florence Odhiambo. I'm a HR professional, and I'm representing Shanizia. I'm her eldest sister.
Okay. Amazing. Wazazi mmeenda wapi? Wazazi wamesema hii mambo ya kamera matambuani nayo. Anyway, karibuni sana.
Thank you.
I don't know where to start, but anyway, let me just start with the talent manager. How is it working with children? Because maybe in my mind I'm thinking I've been a Sunday school teacher for the longest for the longest time. And when I imagine about kudeal na watu hii, mtoto amekuchokesha, umemwambia kama kidogo kidogo kameamka kameenda sijui wapi, then uko like
damn.
Najishikilia tu. So how is it working with children?
For me, it's first of all, it's passion. Because I love kids, first of all. So, and then you first have to connect with them. So if you don't connect with the kid, you won't be able to work with them. And secondly, understand them, you know, like understand their interest and understand what they don't like. Because if you understand their interest, you're going to go that way. So you're going to align yourself that way, yeah.
As a big sister to Shanice, did you ever feel, unajua venye na imagine sister yangu alikuwa ananiambia kaa chini usome. Like that is all I ever had. Ukikaa hivi ni kama unataka kufanya vitu zenye si books related, especially because that's the kind of parenting we were brought up in.
Yeah.
Our parents, that's basically what they did. So as a big sister, when you saw Shanice had talent, what did you do?
I was excited for her, and I think it's a good thing because education, you know, dealing with the Gen Zs, or are they Gen Alphas?
Yes, that's how we do it.
You know, we are millennials, and I think parenting them is we need to really structure ourselves in a way that we understand what their interests are, walk the journey with them. And as weird as it may sound, Shanice is like my best friend, and we really understand each other. Like she can easily come to me, tell me like, Linda, I like this, I don't want this, like this is happening at home, I don't feel like I like it, or I don't like it. And I think being that she has been open to me, I think it has helped me to really encourage her and talk to her about balancing education, because at the end of the day, school is important, and of course following her passion also goes a long way. And I think being best friends has really worked well for us in motivating her.
Amazing. When you were given Dasha as a talent, what came to your mind the first time?
I saw a queen, to be honest. I saw a queen who wanted to break barriers. I saw a kid who wanted to bring change to the other children. I saw a philanthropist, you know, yeah.
How are you able to bring out that in a child? Mi nataka tu kujua ile connection iko hapo, yeah. It's easy to work with an adult, but I'm not saying children are difficult, but I'm just saying children require special attention than adults. Because an adult, I have already figured out what I want. I want to be a philanthropist. I just need someone to help me put this together. But a child needs to be directed.
Yeah, directed.
So how do you do that?
Like I said, you connect with them. When they feel free to talk to you, they are going to tell you, by the way, I don't like modeling, I think I love football. Or I don't like football, I love this. So the first thing for you to do is to connect to a kid. Because when a kid doesn't feel safe with you, trust you me, they won't open up. So the first thing is for you to connect with them. Like, believe in them, that's the first thing. You believe in them. Do you imagine when maybe someone who believes in you, you feel special, you feel like, yes, you can do this, you can hack this. Yeah.
Okay, Shanice. Very bright, keep calling me Shanice. I think because I see you, I see Shanice, but anyway, I'm sorry. What was your reaction when, okay, not what was your reaction, that's a question I'll ask you later, but how did your parents take it when she went all out into following talent?
I think I'll go back to Shanice's conversation earlier on. She spoke of her mom. Shanice is very close to the mom, and I think that is something that has really given her the drive. And when we heard that she wants to participate in this competition, we were like, girl, go for it. And the mom has been really supportive, and I wouldn't say the journey has been smooth. Last year she tried it. She came number 5 or 4, I think 4 or 5 there. It was quite discouraging a bit. I won't say ilikuwa tulichukua vizuri sana, but then at the end of the day we were like, because we want to show her that in this life you never give up. Always, when you fail, you stand up again and keep on moving. So she tried again this year, and when I think when that announcement was made, I really don't know how to express the feeling, but it was amazing. It was amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How did you handle? I know you've talked about how disappointed. Kuna ile disappointment inakujanga mtu you've given it your all.
Yeah, I know.
Number 4. So how did you handle that period? Yeah. You see the way you've mentioned kulikuwa na disappointment and all. How did you handle, especially children handle disappointment differently? Mtu mkubwa atajambia okay, sawa, haidhuru, sawa, but children kuna venye you waumiza. So how did you deal with that?
Yeah, you know, I think the fact that I'm a HR professional, that works well for me, because I've dealt with people. I know, and you know, you can imagine, sisi wenyewe tume feel disappointed. Now you can imagine mtoto anasikiaje. So I think just being there for her, kumwambia like, it's not yet over, title bado iko. Hii mwaka, yes, haijakuwa yako, next year, bado itakuwa. So you still have a chance, and in this life, when you're given a chance, you come out even much better than you were before. So I think it's just encouragement, kumu-encourage. Of course, tulikuwa down, but pia uwezi muonyesha. You can't show her that aone, ai kama hawa ndio wamechoka hivi na hii maneno. Mi nitasikiaje. So just putting that strong face and telling her that let's keep moving, tuendelee, bado you are in that age bracket. Yeah, to vie for that competition, and yeah, we are happy she held that title now.
Amazing.
We're glad.
How would you describe your coaching style?
My coaching style, I am more of a best friend. I am not more of a coach, but then again, I expect discipline. I instill discipline, character, because at the end of the day, we want to leave a mark for the future. you know. We want to leave a mark in leadership. So I'm more of a, yes, I'm more of a teacher, but at the same time, I'm more of, like, I need them to feel safe with me. So I'm more of a big sister too, and a mom sometimes. Yes, a mom sometimes.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah. Let me ask you personal questions. You have the... What does she want to ask? Relax. Are you parents yourselves?
Yeah.
Amazing. So, your question even idea for the next question. How would you describe your parenting style?
I'm not like my mom, first of all. You know, with this generation, you have to be more tender with them. So you have to listen to them more than scolding them, you know. And I always say, discipline, it's not about just caning. It is also talking to them, understanding them, you know, get their point of view, and then give also your advice. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Linda.
For me, I will say conversational, and I'll just echo what she has said. This generation, ni wale they are the kind of people who will speak up their mind, and sisi tulizoea huwezi, kuna vitu I know kuna vitu huwezi sema, but I think what I've come to learn with this generation is that they'll speak out their mind, and I think for us as parents, I've taken it positively, because you get to know mtoto anafanya nini, anafikiria nini, anataka kuenda wapi. I have a 15-year-old son. Yes, turning 16 this year. I'm telling you what I'm dealing with. Mtoto ataniambia, tunaenda carnival next week, and you know, you are like, hey.
Nani wewe ndo unatoa hiyo pesa?
You know. So I'm like, okay, sawa sawa. So I think I've learned to understand that this is a different generation from us. And tukianza kuleta that parenting style that we had, it can never work for us. So ananiambia twende carnival, ni sawa. Twende, I'll drop you there na nirudi nikuchukue, and I'll pay for that. Like, just let them be and understand.
That reminded me something my mom was telling us the other day. I grew up with very strict parents. I grew up, I was a pastor's kid, so I grew up, still am pastor's kid, so I grew up with strict parents, and my dad's style of parenting was military, ile style ya it. He says, jump, unafanya kusema, yes sir, how high sir. So that was my sisters, and between us, my sisters, we are two. So between my sisters, the two sisters, and myself and my brother, there is like an age difference. So my sisters used to be those kids where, yes sir, how high sir. Then sisi tumeingia. My parents asked us to go like, why are we doing it? So my mom was like, I cannot imagine I'm still parenting children, but in different generations or different timings, because normally when they would tell my sister fanya kitu, my sister will not ask kwa nini tunafanya. My sister would do it hata kama ni stupid. Mimi niko like hapana, kwa nini unaniambia nifanye? Then I'll be like, why are you telling me to do it? Then after, okay, sawa, we are not doing it. I don't want. My mom the other day, she was telling us, and we were like, no. Actually, I was privy to a conversation before I got to my next question. I was privy to a conversation my mom was having with my brother. And my brother told my mom, usinishautie.
Shauti wangu.
I know. And you see, I think it reminds me the other day. The other day, my son was like, I'm like, anaitwa Phipps. Phipps, ako kwa room yake amenyamaza tu. Phipps, kumbe ananisikiza. And he's like, Mom, do you have to shout? And namwangalia nashindwa, mtoto nini mbaya na wewe? Mimi ndio mama yako. Like unaniambia nini? Ati si uniambie tu, uniite tu pole pole. Kwani ukishout ni nini? And I'm telling you, it's crazy. But
how has parenting changed from the olden times to the now time?
It has changed in terms of discipline wise. Huwezi chapa mtoto, just like the way you said. Siku hizi uchapi mtoto. Plus also technology has come in too. Yeah, technology has come in and imechukua that part of watoto kwenda kucheza outside. You know, for now there is, if you ask me, for now there is less interaction among the kids squeezy, because most of the time kids wako in their gadgets. Right now, trust you me, unaweza pata a kid who know how to hack, a kid who know how to code. So I think it's a good step, but we should be careful with this generation, the way we raise them, the way we talk to them, because at the end of the day, we don't want to see suicide, you know? Yeah.
What do you think?
I think I'll echo the technology bit. I know Shanice mentioned that she's a model, an actress, and all that. And that means spending a lot of time on her laptop and her phone. So for me, like, I've always advised her that you need to learn to balance these things. In as much as you are passionate about mambo ingine, there's another side of life. So you need to balance. Kama ni mambo ya hiyo technology, kuangalia simu, kukaa kwa laptop, kushoot hizo ma TikTok, all those things. Make sure that kuna ka balance, like let it not take like half your day, because that's a lot. And being that this year she was a candidate, I think one thing I love about her ni mtoto anasikia maneno, and it has worked well for her. She's bright in school, na huku kwingine pia she's thriving very well. Yeah.
We are in a generation where kids are not learning values at home. They are learning them huko kwa streets. Because tutapinduka mtoto wako anajua anguka nayo, wewe mwenyewe haujui, unapinduka unasikia anajua vitu. Ukimuuliza yeye alisikia wapi, anakuambia anasikia, "Ai mami, kwani hujui?" That's what I hear by nieces and nephews. "Ai auntie, kwani hujui?" Then niko like, okay. So we are in that generation where values are being instilled by the society, is instilling values in our children. What would you say are the most important values parents ought to instill in their children? Because hatutakataza hawa watoto kucheza nje, hatutakataza hawa watoto ku make friends, hatutakataza hawa watoto kutumia gadgets. But what do you think parental roles, because we have parents out here who are also doing parenting. What are the most important values that a parent should instill in their child, much as they're interacting with the world?
Okay. So I think for me, I'd say number one is integrity. Like I think ata kwa kichwa ya Shanice, integrity iko. Like I always tell her, be a woman of integrity. Like, because this one, I think it encompasses all these other values, personal values. Ukiwa na integrity, utakuwa na discipline, utakuwa God-fearing, utakuwa like, you will be that straightforward person. So for me, like I always tell her, kuwa mtu mwenye ako na values na limits zako. Like, I know I cannot go beyond this and that. Like, discipline, of course, you have your parents there wakikwambia fanya hivi, because they care about your well-being, of course. They want the best for you. When your mom tells you do this, don't do this, you have to listen. And I think it brings me to another one. Be a good listener. Ukiambiwa kitu, sikia. Na ukue mtoto mwenye ako na heshima zake. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, for me, yeah, of course, character is important. I always tell Dasha she should differentiate between destroying her present right now and building her future. And what I always encourage her is choose friends who always lead you to the right path. Because siku hizi, like, no matter how much you want to protect your kid, they're out there in school they're out there in the neighborhood playing. But if your kid know from the start, if you raise them from the start with those values, they are deep in their roots, like, apana, I cannot do this, this feels bad. And also, as a Sunday school teacher, teach your kid about God. Teach them about God. Somewhere in the Bible, inasemanga, teach your children the ways of the Lord, and they will never depart from them. That's it. I think for me first, it's God.
Nino unaniangalia nika kuna kitu nataka kuongeza. Umenipenda macho yako.
No, like I'm just agreeing with her. And nilikuwa zile za mbona hii point mbona imenipita hivi. Like I should have spoken about it kwanza, but I really agree with her. I think God comes first. Mtoto akijua Mungu mbele, I think everything else follows.
What's one of the biggest challenges you've experienced as a parent, as an adult, leading, because now you're not just a parent to your child, you have Shanice, you have Dasha, you have other children you meet. So what's one of the biggest challenges you've experienced?
I think I would say one big challenge, hii mambo ya technology na hii generation. As in, I think adjusting to the fact that these kids speak their mind, na there's a way watakuambia kitu venye wanafikiria na unarudi zile za wait, unaniambia nini? Like, uko serious, I'm supposed to be your parent, I'm supposed to be your guardian, unaniambia aje kitu. But I wouldn't say it's more of a challenge hivyo sana, because we are also learning from this. Tunajua like unajua ukijua mtoto in our age, venye umesema uwezi ongea, unaambiwa jump, unauliza how high, as in unajua unasafa ndani, but uwezi ongea. And I think nitasema ni challenge, but at the same time I think it's a learning process for us, like tujue in as much as these kids wanaongea hivyo, we need to adjust na to help kujua that that is how they are thinking, na hivyo ndio iko, na inakusaidia kujua like everything is black and white for them, like unajua hata jificha kufanya hivi na hivi. And that's why I will say kuwa na conversation, like having those frequent conversations with them, and monitoring what they do and all that inasaidia. So ni challenge, yes, but pia it's a balance. Yeah.
My dear, what challenges have you gone through?
As a talent coach or as a parent?
The entirety of your interaction with children, your own and other people.
As a talent coach is, first of all, let me say, the modeling industry. There is the modeling industry / the modeling business. In Kenya, people have started embracing that, like kids can involve themselves in that. And I love where the modeling industry right now is in Kenya. Kama ni kitambo, ningeambia my mom nataka kumodel. All they thought about is
kutingisha mwili. Especially my mom used to think it's demonic.
Yeah.
It's mapepo. It's moral eroding.
Alafu it's not rewarding.
Exactly.
Not rewarding.
Yeah. They are like, you have to be a doctor. Yeah. I'm a pilot. You see, izo ndio wanaambia. But saizi.
Yeah, right now we are cutting across, you know. Like I was saying, what was I saying?
Okay, you were saying. Let me take you back to your point before we hijacked you.
The challenges.
Yes.
Yeah. Right now, parents are starting to embrace, and as they embrace, you know, like most of them don't understand what modeling is all about, because most people think about modeling is about just walking, you know. There's a way.
That's how we grew up thinking.
Yeah. There's a way a model is supposed to sit. There's a way a model is supposed to speak. You know, there's a model there is a way a model is supposed to say hi to a senior person. There is a way a model is supposed to eat, you know. There is a way a model is supposed to dress.
Hey, my God. See slavery?
No, it's not slavery.
Okay, for me, I believe it's not invited. Okay.
Yeah. So as I navigate through that, you find, yes, a kid wants to, but the parent is a bit in doubt, like, should I not, you know? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you handle moments where your child disagrees with what you feel they should do, or rather disagrees with your expectation, they don't meet your expectation?
I calm down. Because when I don't calm down, kutaribika. So first, I calm down and try and first listen to his or her side of story, and then also try and explain to him or her, mbona unasema no and mbona unasema yes, like what are the precautions, you know? Yeah, like try and sit down, umwambie nimesema no because of this na nimesema yes because of this. And also I think in today's generation you have to boundary. This generation, if you don't put a boundary for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. So how do you deal with unmet expectations or disagreements?
I know, you know, I think I would say I take a breather first because, yeah, so many times I think I've been caught up in that situation, and at the end of the day, it's just having that conversation. I know during our day and age ilikuwa ni kiboko tu, but I think I've learned to have those interactions with this generation, like tukae chini tuongee, like nakwambia ufanye hivi, mbona utaki, like what are your reasons, why do you feel what you think iko sawa kushinda what I'm telling you. And again, you see, we are also, in as much as we are their parents, I think this parenting journey is also a learning process for us. Remember, this is a different generation. Na lazima to learn tujue, like, because our watoto wako, they are very smart.
Yeah,
very smart. Atakuambia kitu hata utashangaa. Like, mpaka unarudi unajiuliza, enyewe ile kitu nilikuwa namwambia, I agree with you.
I think ana reason
so
better.
Yeah, ana reason better. So we just having that conversation, and we, at the end of the day, we agree, because conversational talks, hiyo kuongea, of course, at the end of the day, you will come up with a solution and the way forward ya kusonga mbele.
Do you ever find yourself feel pressure from other parents, the way they are parenting their children? Unajua, mimi ndio niko too hard on my child, ama mimi ndio niko too, mimi ndio nimepea mtoto wangu freedom sana. How do you handle that? Yeah,
kuna hiyo pressure, especially I think let me talk about the financial bit. Our watoto wa saizi, kuna hiyo kujicompare, like so and so wako rich, wanafanya hivi. The other day, my kid was like, you see, my best friend shule juzi walikuwa Germany, walienda holiday. And mom, see, I told you these are rich kids, and you see, mimi niko zile za hapana, kuna kwani ni nini, kwani nyinyi, kwani wewe unajichukua you are poor and all that. And he's like, see, nilikwambia watu juzi wameenda. And I think uliuliza aje? I'm diverting.
Yeah. How do you handle? It's fine. Your pressure.
I think i pressure iko.
Yeah.
And venye tu nimesema, hiyo kujicompare na other families, na kuona, you see, mtoto atafeel less, atafeel yeye hayuko that level. And you see, tumefika, like for me, like I said, my son is 15, Shani's ako 12 or 11 hapo, so unaona wako tu same age bracket hapo, and they are like, kuna saa zile tunaongea and they are like, so and so, you see, when they keep referring to that other family that is doing well financially, inakuwa hata we nakupea pressure, because it's like you also want to meet up to your expectation yao na your pressure. So for me, I think how I've overcome that ni kuongea tu nae, like kumuonyesha in this life we are not always the same. Na ni wewe ndio utadetermine journey yako. So it's you now to define how you want your future to be like. In as much as you want to compare yourself with that family, hiyo sio ya huyo mtoto, ni ya wazazi wake. So it is now you to uamue, now I also want to have this kind of life. Hata mi nataka in the near future I can also afford to go to Germany for holiday and even much better places. So to that kumuongelesha, and I think I will say just being a best friend to your kid really works well for me. And as weird as it might sound, again, Shanice is my best friend. And we really discuss a lot. I don't stay with her, niko kwangu, but every day, hata tusipoongea kwa simu, WhatsApp, hi sis, how are you doing, and all that, like just reassuring her that love and that protection really matters more than all these other things. Yeah, so
amazing. Pressure la kupeleka side gani?
So for me it's about teaching these kids that there is more to money, you know, because nowadays people are centered on money, but for me, I think I teach even Dasha. I always teach her, yes, pesa ni nzuri, yes, but there is more to money, you know. Yeah, like their values, money can never buy. No matter how rich you are, their values, money can never buy. So like teaching your kid, yes, sawa, like how now Amanda, they have gone to wherever they have gone. I also love saying like people are different. I always love to teach my trainees and my kid, like people come from different family levels. So, and me assuring my kid that I will always do my best, you know, it's all about doing your best to make sure they feel happy. Like, yes, you may not go to Germany, but I am doing my best. I am providing, I am giving you the basic. That's it.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. So what was the most embarrassing experiencing as a child to you? Like, sasa wewe, when you go back to your childhood, what was the most embarrassing experience you can remember?
Sitaki kusema.
Hiyo yenye unataka kusema ndio sasa inaweza.
Yeah, inaweza. Let's after plan B. I will look for plan B,
Umeuliza
but
swali ngumu. I'm trying to jog my mind hapa nafikiria what was the most embarrassing.
me too, but I think my most embarrassing memory as a child was when I started my menstrual periods. And I remember I was in class, and that time there were no much educators to menstrual health management, as in how do you handle it, how do you go about it. I remember I soiled myself and children started laughing at me, and I was like,
Sorry.
I didn't know want to go to school anymore. Like, it was embarrassing, but at the same time, I thank God for Teacher Nancy. Teacher Nancy, wherever you are, like, she took me and explained to me, yes, it is okay, it is normal, it is biology, it is nature. Embrace that womanhood. That's it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
For me, I can't really speak of a specific
Same
situation. Yani, I'm trying to think, but I think nimegrow kukua the kind of person mwenye sipendi kukoselewa mbele ya watu. Like I think I will think of one scenario when my mom nikiwa shule alinigombanisha mbele ya my friends and I was like, hey mom, si ungeniita tu kando uniambie tu. And I think it's something imekuwa in me, like I'm the kind of person who likes yes, we are not perfect, but if you have an issue with me, just call me aside. Don't do it in front of people. It's really embarrassing na inakufanya ufeel kidogo sana. Ina lower your self-esteem. Na pia I think hiyo pia nimeinstill kwa akina Shanice na the rest of the siblings, like yes, umefanya makosa, sitakugombanisha mbele ya your brother. Because hao watoto watakuwa zileza wanamchekelea
aliambiwa hivi.
Na kuna hiyo self esteem inakuwa affected, which is not good, na ndio inaleta mambo na hizi mental cases tunasikia issues and all that, depression, hizo vitu zote. So I think I will say hizo ndio vitu embarrassing naweza sema zimeni happen ya juu. I really don't like that.
I think my mom tried. My mom kwanza mom up to date. My mom mnaweza fanya kitu. Tunajua sisi wote kuna kitu umefanya lakini hatujui ni nini. Because my mom will keep it if it ended between the two of you. Unless you want to share with your siblings. It ended kwenye tulimalizania. So sisi wote we will kuna kitu Linda amefanya lakini hatujui ni nini. Ukiuliza madhe atakwambia simuulize Linda. Si tulimalizana na Linda. And I'm like, no, I understand. As an adult, I understand why she was doing that.
And it really helps.
Yeah, it really helps.
I really understand.
It helps
now.
a lot.
So, I am hearing we have less than 10 minutes. I didn't even let's sijafika maswali quarter. But then let me bring this conversation here before we start winding up the conversation. You've talked about technology as one of the biggest contributors of parenting right now. How do you ensure that children consume age-appropriate content? Because hatuwezi wakataza hizi vitu sasa tumerealize, but how do we ensure that sasa ile kitu wana watch ni kitu helpful na ni kitu yenye iko within their age bracket?
Yeah, for me, history ya conversation, I know tunajipata tunaiongea sana, but that having that conversational relationship with our kids inasaidia. Na pia wakae wakijua, like the moment you are open with them na unawaambia kuna kitu inaitwa there are things to do with homosexuality, kuna pornographic content zenye haziko mzuri, social media, yes, iko to some extent ni mzuri, but you see now ukioverdo. When you overdo things, then it becomes now bad na inakuwa addictive. So I think just just showing them, telling them that yes, hizi vitu ziko, I will not limit you. Like Shanice has a phone, my son has a phone. Na tunamwachia, like for us we give them freedom. Sawa, use your phone, but at the end of the day you need to understand that ukiingia internet there are things zenye unaweza kutana nazo zenye si nzuri. So make sure you avoid such. Pornography is not good for you. Mambo na homosexuality, those are not good. You are still underage. You need to understand that kuna limit mali unafika. Make sure you use that phone to grow you like positively, not negatively. So ni kumwongelesha tu, because at the end of the day hata ukimkataza kuna mtu anasemanga hizi vitu za kuiba ndio tamu tamu.
Si uongo baby.
Si uongo, yeah, hizi za kuiba ndio tamu tamu. So the moment you tell them that even ndio kuko, and I like the fact that mama ya Shanice, my mom, ako ni mtu wa kanisa sana. And we are very close to the pastor, And we are lucky that our pastor amesoma psychology and ako very passionate about kids, and not just kids, these kids wenye wako teenage, wenye wamefika teenage. And what I like about my siblings and my son is like they always look forward to Sunday. Tutaenda church, ikifika Saturday jioni, unaona mtu ameanza kutafuta nguo yenye atavaa kesho. And pastor wetu anapenda like hata after service atabaki na our teenagers, awakumbushe like drug abuse is not good, pornographic content is not good, overdoing social media is not good. So hiyo imekuwa instilled in them such that hata wakiona hizi vitu huko nje wanajua we cannot conform to peer pressure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sasa finally, nimeambiwa 2 minutes.
Okay.
I know, right?
Too bad, too bad.
Too bad, yeah. Too bad. Then finally, being people that you juggle careers and parenting, how do you balance that?
For me, when it's time for me to be a pageant coach, I become that pageant coach. When it's time to be a parent, I'm that parent. So I think it's all about balancing, you know. Yeah, balancing, knowing knowing how to balance, you know, knowing how to be a career woman and also a mom.
Okay.
Yeah. And if I may add about technology, you know, like, Sai, we are here, right? We don't know what those kids wanafanya home. I would love to thank Mama Dasha because she makes sure like every day, no matter how busy she is, she makes sure ameangalia simu ya Dasha, ya Tisha, na ya Asha. Alafu also, there are apps like you can monitor your kid.
Time,
yeah, like there are apps you can install, uone like what your kid is doing. Plus, I always encourage parents, download apps that are age-friendly. There is Khan Academy, there is YouTube Kids. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up, hey, I didn't imagine tungefika hii point ya wrap up. But as we wrap up, I want you to use this camera to talk to a parent who's listening to you or watching you this morning, and just encourage that parent. So I'd start with you, then we finish with. And while at it, you can give us a parting, like you can tell us where we can find you on social media handles.
Okay. To every parent watching me right now, what I would love to say is support your kids, support these kids. They are the next future, they are the next generation. And it is always a big deal when a kid knows my mom believes in me. You know, like my dad believes in me. It's always a big deal. Like a kid who knows they have their parents' support do marvelous. For example, I have Dasha here. She's a CEO of a company called That's Foundation. This is the t-shirt, That's Foundation. She's doing amazing work in Murang'a County. And you can find me on every social media account at Duta Washeke.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Tumalize.
I think one big advice I'd give to parents is walk the journey with your kids. Parenting is an amazing experience, and what I will say is that just be there, always be there. And I think the last question that you asked was how we strike a balance between parenting and our careers. I think let's have time for our kids. In as much as we have our careers, we have to put food on the table. Let's make sure that our kids are also a priority for us. I think that is what I would say. I'm not so big on social media.
It's fine.
Where can you find me? I only have an email address.
Oh, wow. It is fine. HR, it's okay. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for the conversation. I don't even know how 50 minutes zimesha. I mean, how? Imeenda tu like a whim of air. But thank you for coming. Thank you for talking to me. Thank you for sharing your experiences and your knowledge. It means a lot. That was it from us here at Y254 TV. It has been a wholesome day that we've had here on Y in the Morning. My name is Grace Mangi. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing.